for another episode of Power of the Third. Thanks for tuning in. Today, I've got some entries that I kind of want to go over with y'all that I've been writing about the past couple days. Stuff that's just kind of not become a recent epiphany to me, but something I've been able to think out thoroughly and just put into context, like be able to articulate. And I just want to share those with y'all because, I believe they're very important philosophies and pieces of wisdom that I could share. So this morning, I couldn't get the Lil Wayne hit in Dedication 6, Drowning. He said, you're looking for change, but you penny pinch. And that was really sticking with me. Like, I couldn't get it out of my head until maybe I listened to it twice. And then, but the thing why it stuck out to me was that if you expect to see a difference in your life, you can't go halfway or do the bare minimum to get the kind of results that you want. And so in order to see a dramatic change in your lifestyle, you gotta do the most. You gotta do the most. You gotta be extra. Like, people are gonna get on you, you're gonna hear backlash and negative feedback for being extra, but who cares, because you're trying to live the life that you want to live. It's always gonna if you're doing extra, that means you're gonna live the kind of lifestyle that you want. You're gonna completely embody what life means. And so you will find people that fit that niche, that are expanding their life to the fullest, that are completely embodying what it means to be alive. And so what I kind of got from that also was, you got to put in the effort and the attention consistently. Starting off in basketball, you're never going to be the best. You're gonna suck compared to the people that have been doing it longer than you. So your first day, you gotta learn how to dribble. Then eventually you gotta learn how to shoot. And as you keep doing that every single day, if you do that every single day for 2 hours a day, even like maybe the greats do it for 8 to 10 hours a day. But if you do it consistently for 2 hours a day, you're going to be way further ahead than people that are doing it once every other day or twice a week. So you got to completely envelop what it means to not penny pinch and just seize everything, be consistent, and put in that work. And another one is, if you want to do something, you got to go jump through the hoops to do it. Like I was saying the other day, I was having some difficulties getting some financial aid help, and so I realized that if I really want this degree, I gotta jump through the hoops. And so regardless of how many hoops they are and how small or how large they get, you gotta go through them to get to the end, and you gotta train for that, so that when the hoops do become more difficult, you've been there, you've dealt with obstacles before, you've dealt with adversity before, and you can turn your adversity into a tool that you can use in order to get further than you ever could have expected. You got to set your goals high. And so I've been in contact with some of my homeboys, and I'm trying to get some of them on this podcast. I'm going to do a collab with quite a few of them. You're going to see those coming in the next couple weeks. And so when they get some time, we're all busy, and I completely understand that. So I'm going to try to get some fresh faces on here so we can talk about some real world, things that is going on, some real wisdom. Another one, so I was probably talking about this maybe 2 days ago, being high value. I was watching Hafiz, and basically, if you want the lifestyle that I want, is I want the fancy cars and I want the big house, and so I have to become way more valuable to society. right now, of course I'm a valuable member, but there's so much more I can learn and I can apply that will help me increase my value. So, sorry guys. It's an everyday process. I'm working towards it. I um, remain consistent, put in effort, and I don't let uh, my habits or the things going against me get the best of me. So, I'm trying to build momentum. As at this rate, if I keep posting every day for at least 10 minutes of content a day, if I do this for what 3-4 years, I should have 30,000 subscribers minimum. But it's all a process, and I want this content to be valuable to y'all. So when I said I was gonna show y'all my recently updated portfolio, I am gonna do that because I was talking about it, but I didn't quite get to it because I was having technical difficulties. But now that I'm back on the correct interface, I'm gonna show y'all how I even out my portfolio. I bought some more. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go back. I bought some more Ford, some more Walmart, and some more McDonald's. So I have $20 in McDonald's, $20 equity in Walmart, and I think $29 equity in Ford. And so I was saying earlier that Ford, I drive a F-150 1995, and it's very reliable. It was my first vehicle, and it's always got me from point A to point B, no matter the circumstances, no matter the weather, no matter the day of the week. It has always come through for me. And the maintenance, as long as I continue to keep up with it, change the oil, change my tires, change my brakes, basic maintenance, that truck will run for a very long time. And so Ford just produces great products. They produce very reliable products. McDonald's, me and my homeboys, that's our go-to spot after we had a long day hooping, either hooping or we went to an event, social gathering, and we're trying to grab something good and quick. McDonald's is always going to hit the spot. And they're also in real estate, so they don't plan on going out of business anytime soon. My stock has lately, over like the past 2 days, it's been going down, but that's completely understandable. It does fluctuate. My portfolio isn't. I mean, I guess it is pretty volatile if you see that spike, but that was because I was experimenting with cryptocurrencies, and I stopped experimenting with them on Robinhood because I kind of want this to be my industrial portfolio and not so much currency related. When I deal precious metals, I keep that separate from my corporations and so forth. So when I do cryptocurrencies, I do my cryptocurrencies on Cash App, and I'm gonna leave my recommendation, my joining link for Robinhood, Acorns, and Cash App down below, so y'all can get started on investing, making your money work for you. But it hasn't been as volatile as I would expect after coming out of cryptocurrency. But I was dealing Dogecoin, and I held that for maybe 3 months, and then at the end of December, at the end of 2020, it went up by like 400%, and I ended up getting a pretty good return, and I just invested it back into the market. I didn't put it back in Dogecoin because I'm waiting for that to fall again, and the day that does, I think I'm going to buy more, but I'm going to buy it in a different So here we go. A different vessel. Let me see. So right here, I held on. I had it when it was like 0.03, something like that, and then it hit 1 cent, and that's when I bought, and that's when I sold. And so I could have bought here when it got back to 0.6, but I think it's still going down. I don't think this is over. Honestly, I think it's a great trading tool. And if you follow the trend, the patterns aren't always, you know, consistent like this, but I'm expecting it to go down again. Because, for example, after 5 years, it did spike. It spiked to 2 cents. It was actually 2 cents. And then it dropped again to like all the way to 0.01. And so I'm waiting for that to happen again. And the pattern is kind of similar. So when it does do that, I will be buying more and just wait for it to spike again. And I think that's why it hasn't taken off so well, because it's so volatile. And if people start making ridiculous returns on it, then they're just gonna always sell it whenever it's starting to peak, and it'll never completely take foot or gain any traction. But if I look up Bitcoin, it doesn't really have that kind of trend where it goes up like that and everyone starts selling. This is the first time that it's just hit like that, and I wish I would have bought it when it was $5,000 or $1,000. That's still a lot for an early investor for me. But all in all, the returns are it has an 8,000% return. So that's kind of crazy, and it's steadily going up, or it's going down right now, but that's because it's early. But you know, with the market, you never know. It's all a shot in the dark. As far as Acorns, that's not managed by me. It is simply managed by someone else. I just watch my returns. And let me log in. I should probably. Patience is another thing, because right now I have $163 in, and I won't start seeing the compound interest of my investments until I'm like 40. And that's if I keep doing it at this regular rate. But I do plan on, since I'm increasing my value, by the time I get my degree, I will be able to invest more, much more, and I'm just going to speed up the process and cause my interest to kick in sooner. But I'm 20 right now, and being 40, I guess 20 years is a long time. Well, it feels like a long time, so I'm just trying to do right by myself and be patient, because right now life is not complicated. Hard, but not complicated. So I just gotta play my cards right, cause and effect, do the right thing, invest in yourself, invest in the people you love, be kind to everyone, treat people like you want to be treated, save 10% of your money, and eventually you will be where you want to be. And this is all I'm gonna reminisce on these entries as I continue to grow my channel and as I grow maturity and age. So I'll be able to see where I came from, how I started, and how if it doesn't, I've heard a quote that if it doesn't get measured, it doesn't get managed. So I want to be able to track my progress and my growth. That way, when it's time for me to check off a goal on my list of goals, then I'll be able to see what I've gone through, the adversity, the achievements. And so when those are complete, I'll be like, okay, this is what it takes to get, etc. So thus far in my journey. And so this has been another episode of Power of the Third. Thanks y'all for tuning in. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Leave a comment. We can do collabs if you're interested in getting on the podcast. And we can talk business. We can talk life. I love talking to people, getting involved. And I just want to grow with y'all and influence and inspire y'all as much as I can. This has been JB, and I'm out for the day. Thanks, guys.